Okay, so exercise number 1 of the session, laying hamstring curls. Now it's going to look a little bit different to the session that I did last week because last week I had to improvise, being that I was at a different gym and all. So this is the actual first leg session of the week. So this is the true representation of it and how it's meant to be. Okay, so not a lot of commentary for these, I know. But I mean, you see me do these hundreds of times, or several times I should say. But yeah, just focusing on trying to just keep it as strict as possible, try to limit as much momentum, and just really just get a good contraction at the top and slowly control the negative. Still trying to get a bit of a stretch at the bottom, but you can't get a full stretch in the hamstring in a lying hamstring curl because your hip's in extension, like your hip's basically like this. In order to get a full stretch in the hamstring, your hip needs to be creased like in a seated hamstring curl. So yeah, just focusing on the peak contraction mostly for this one, and then on to seated after this to focus on the stretch. Hamstrings are nice and warm now, thanks to the lying hamstring curl and one warm-up set on this. Now it's time for the first working set. So, like I said before, focusing more on the actual stretch with this variation of hamstring curl. Just because you get more of a crease at the hips, it allows you to stretch or lengthen the hamstrings out to a greater degree. So yeah, pausing in that stretch when my knee's fully extended, legs out at the front, and then basically just contracting with as much force, controlled force as possible down to that contraction. Hold for a split second, then control the eccentric back up. And of course, hugging the handles to help increase and leverage a greater degree of hip flexion. The last glute and hamstring focused exercise for the session, and then it's on to adductors and quads pretty much. Still obviously hitting glutes and hamstrings when I do the other exercises to follow this, but this is the last kind of like direct glute hamstring work just to finish things off. I like to do AMRAP sets on these. I don't really go super heavy. I just try control it to a reasonable degree, but not like excessively slow the tempo down or anything like that. Just focus on getting a decent contraction at the top, then stretch at the bottom. Basically, when I can no longer hold that peak contraction at the top for a split second, I treat that as like technical failure for the set and call it there. Yeah, it's always good to finish with something like this. You don't want to You don't want to start a hamstring session with something that really loads the hamstrings a lot eccentrically, in my opinion. Focus more on the contraction at the start of the session and then more on the stretch at the end of the session. That way you don't fatigue yourself as much, I find. So as you can see, I'm not going that heavy at all. I mean, I'm using two 25-pound plates and then 12.5-pound plate each side. So 75 pounds. Not a lot of weight, but it's challenging enough for someone of my size, and I forget the pound conversion, but roughly 255 pounds. And I'm not a fat 255 pounds, like I've got striated glutes, abs still. So a lean 255 pound using 75 pound on this kind of a movement puts a little bit of a, I suppose, I don't know, puts it into perspective so you can kind of gauge roughly maybe how heavy would be suitable for you to start at, given your body weight. Yeah, start light. It's always better to hit on the side of going lighter when you first start a new exercise. So yeah, do that and then build up from there. But one more set to go and then on to quads. The rep progression is real on this exercise. Fuck. Isn't this a sight for sore eyes? Legs spread, facing the camera, or sort of. So I got three, I got that right. I thought I put 4 fingers up for a minute. 3 sets of 12 to 20 on this, using 250 pound, same weight as the other week. Just focusing on getting a good contraction close to failure, where I reach concentric failure, which is basically where the concentric or the positive segment or portion of the reps begins to slow down involuntarily. And yeah, once I get within what I think to be a rep or so of failure, or once I hit failure and can't complete another rep, I'll end the set. You'll probably notice too when I do these, I don't lean forward like a lot of those ditzers. Don't be one of those fit chick ditzers and fucking lean forward. Lean back, get more extension, less of a crease at the hips, and I can guarantee you'll feel this a lot more. I feel it way more in my adductors when I do this. Alright, let's do this. Nice and short rest periods. Lost a couple of reps on that set, comparative to the first set I'm in, but my adductors and my hips are borderline cramping, so definitely know I went hard enough on that. I mean, the reps slowed down noticeably toward the end, as you could have seen, or as you would have seen, I should say, and that wasn't voluntarily. It wasn't like a conscious effort to slow them down. If anything, it was a conscious effort to not let them slow down, but they still did anyway, so that's what involuntary slowing of the concentric phase looks like. Involuntary meaning it's not voluntary, you didn't allow for it to happen, it just happened despite your efforts to prevent it from happening. So yeah, involuntary failure. Fuck, I can't speak. All the blood's left my brain, left my head, it's gone to my adductors. Okay, so second last exercise of the session after I've pre-exhausted everything but the quads. Leg press, and like I said in the last leg training video, I'm a big fan of this old school Cybex leg press. I just think that they don't make equipment like they used to. It just feels so much better than a lot of the modern stuff, but yeah, 15-20 rep sets, 3 sets in total, working sets, and basically continuous reps unless if I need to do rest pauses in order to get within the rep range. But otherwise, yeah, just 2 failure while performing continuous reps with no pause at the top or at the bottom. But I'm going to have to just put it up one notch higher, I think, because it's still low from somebody shorter using it before me. There we go. So just watched that first set back, and I think I might have bitched out a little bit. I think I probably had one more rep left in me, so I'm going to try not be a little bitch on this set and get at least 19. But with the acute fatigue from that first set, that may or may not be possible. We'll just wait and see, I guess. Then on to the last movement, which is leg extensions. So nice and easy to finish the session off, but yeah, better stop fucking around and get this last set done. Now, how I missed this Flex Fitness leg extension on every other leg session here so far is beyond me, because if you guys have flex fitness equipment in your gym, you should definitely use it, because the equipment doesn't even exist anymore, really. Flex was bought out by another company, which was then, I believe, bought out by another company. But this is the stuff that was real popular back in the, I guess you could say, the bodybuilding heyday, not too long after the golden era of bodybuilding, depending on what you deem as the golden era. If you deem the 80s and 90s and as the golden era, then this is golden era equipment. You don't need to go heavy. So on the other leg day in the week, later in the week, obviously do leg extensions as well, but I'm doing like rest pause sets, essentially, higher rep work. Today it's more just straight sets, 12 to 15, 3 sets. And I'm only using a measly 48 kilos, which is 105 pounds. But it is hard, because this machine is built incredibly well so that you don't need to load it up so much. As I say, terrible for the ego, great for the gains.